As a kid, I always loved to watch strongman on TV. 6'5", 350-pound man who could like lift boulders and pull airplanes. Now that I'm not competing against guys who are twice my size.
Yeah.
And then you can just drop it on this mat, okay?
Uh-huh.
Kareem came to me, approached me, and he was eliminated. He had his pugil stick, and he came at me. I hit him with it like this, and he fell down, hanging from a pole, suspended 100 feet up into the air. I held on for as long as I could. Maybe I could have jumped in there and won that immunity. You had a totally different top 10.
Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Behind the Beast, where we get to know the contestants on Beast Game Season 2, Strong vs. Smart.
I'm Tyler Davis. I was contestant 162, and I'm from Grand Bay, Alabama, and I am a project controls technical specialist. So I do for work, and as a hobby, I compete in the sport of strongman.
So walk me through a time whenever you walked into a room and you realized that you actually could be stronger than a lot of people there.
I don't know. Well, I had a fun childhood. I grew up kind of on the edge of a farm, and I was always out playing with other boys, like fishing and wrestling and like playing football and baseball and stuff like that. And in high school, when I played football, I really enjoyed the workouts we did in the gym, to get strong, to be a strong football player. And they would usually pair me off as a skilled player, skilled position. Sure. But they would pair me off with all like the linemen or the big offensive linemen and defensive linemen. Even though I'm not a very big person, I'm like 5'9", 200 pounds. But I was very strong pound for pound. As a kid, I always loved to watch strongman on TV. And I always wanted to be 6'5", 350-pound man who could like lift boulders and pull airplanes. Ended up being, like I said, 5'9", 200 pounds. And I was about 30 years old. I found out that the sport of strongman evolved to where it had weight classes. And being strong pound for pound, I was like, well, this would be fun to see how far I can take it. Yeah. In my weight class as a 200-pound man. Now that I'm not competing against guys who are twice my size. Yeah. And pound for pound, I showed up to a guy's house who had all the implements. He had a sandbag that weighed like 250 pounds. And first day of strongman training, he said, Tyler, pick up that 250-pound bag, take it as far as you can. And I took it like 400 feet. And so he's like, Tyler, he's like, you could be pretty good at this sport if you took it seriously.
Because you basically carried even more than your weight at that time.
Yeah, and I was just new to it. So I think I did have like a proclivity to be good at the sport. And then I really focused on training smart and eating well. And everything kind of fell together. I won my first 5 competitions in a row. And then I went to nationals, did pretty well, went back to nationals. Then I started doing world championships and pro shows. And so, yeah, it's just been something I love and something I'm just good at. So I guess I found out pretty early on that I was pretty strong pound for pound. And I've really like honed in on growing that and fostering that in the sport of strongman.
For people out there that may be doubting themselves because they may not be as tall or something, that it is still possible to make a good life for yourself in that career.
Yeah, that's right. I like, you have to give you what you've been gifted, so yeah, I wasn't gifted with the height and the size, but, for me, I love competing in the sport and pound for pound. I take a lot of pride in that, so yeah, you kind of just got to work with what you're given and don't lie to yourself, do what you enjoy doing. So at one point in my life, I tried to be a runner. I was going to run 5Ks and 10Ks, and I just wasn't very good at it. I tried really hard. And I remember going to a 5K race, and after training for months, there were like all these, 8, 9-year-old kids passing me and beating me to the finish line. And I was like,
not my thing.
That just wasn't my thing. Like my body I'm pretty fast in short distances, but like long distance running is just not for me. But I got really lucky that later on in life, I found something I'm passionate about and that I can be good at, and my body is, that's kind of what I'm designed for, and I enjoy it. So yeah, I kind of wish everybody could just find what they enjoy and what they can be good at. You're lucky if you can find that,
So you're in the 90 kilogram strongman division, around 200 pounds for those American viewers. Yeah. So how do you often deal with being lighter than your competition and having to sometimes lift more than they do? Is it more of a mindset, or is there some strategy to it?
Yeah, so at World Championships, I'll be competing against other guys who are 90 kilograms also. And so that's the weight class. We have to make weight, and then 24 hours later we compete. So at World Championships, we're all like walking around at 215 pounds, make weight at 200, and then we compete the next day at 215. But I do, like you're saying, I actually do go against bigger guys sometimes. I'll do local shows. Locally, I like to go against the big dudes, go against the heavyweight men. And because I'm a world champion in the 90 kilogram class, worldwide, I'm actually can compete with guys who are much bigger locally. And I've been pretty successful at winning against some heavyweight big guys. And yeah, it is definitely a mindset. Like you definitely going into an event, you have to go in with purpose. You see the weight and you attack it. And for me, I like to imagine that I'm kind of putting on a show. A lot of people watching me, especially when it's me against bigger guys. I've had people come up and say, "You are like the strongest, littlest person I've ever seen." And so I think that's pretty cool that people can see that, yeah, somebody who's small can actually lift the same weight that people twice his size can do. And yeah, so you got to have, it's kind of a sense of pride, not let someone just because you're smaller outlift you.
Sure.
So I just would definitely say there's a mental component to that.
So do you have to kind of shut off your mind and just kind of avoid any pain that you're feeling at this point? Or is it just something that you keep pushing for and you have to deeply focus into?
So it's funny, I'm usually really calm. Some guys will walk around like they're all hype and get excited to pump themselves up. I'm kind of the opposite. I like to walk up, I'm real calm, but then as soon as they say go and it's time to lift the weights, it's like I just go into a different zone and I go into, game mode. And I really don't think about anything else other than what I'm doing at the time. That's one of the beauties of, I think, strongman and of the sport is that you don't think about the outside world. You're so focused in that 60 seconds of that moment of lifting. And yeah, sometimes it can be painful, exhausting. And it is that's part of the game, is having the mental toughness just to keep persevering and not stop.
So now you've won stones and hit podiums multiple times throughout your career. Yep. Has ever winning a podium become kind of anticlimactic, or does it kind of fuel something in you and you still like to keep going and make it there?
It's funny you say that because actually in our sport, one of the pinnacles is to win official strongman games. That's kind of like our Super Bowl.
Sure.
And if you win that, you get that's the one. There's 4 or 5 federations that have world championships. Official strongman games is the one that if you win it, you get to say you're the world's strongest 90 kilogram man. So in 2022, I won that. And it's funny because right after winning it, I actually went through a couple of weeks there where I was kind of depressed.
Sure.
Because you work really hard to achieve something and then you achieve it. And then you're kind of like a boat lost at sea.
Like, what's next?
Yeah, you're because that was your goal and you didn't think, well, once I win it, what's my next goal?
Yeah.
And I've actually researched this, and that can be a popular issue that elite athletes have is after winning big shows is kind of did you peak? Are you going to do anything else amazing?
Yeah.
And so I really had to focus on getting excited about, I'll be the first to defend that title. And so that's part of it. Every time I win a show, though, I'm excited. It never gets old to me. I remember the very first show I won was just a novice class, and it was a local show. There's only 2 other guys in my class. I was almost as excited to win that as I was to win that world championship and be able to say I'm the world's strongest 90 kilogram man. So, and I've done probably 34 shows now. And I would say every time I won, no matter at what level, I have pride and excitement to win it. I would say that maybe I'm more experienced and I know how to maybe behave as a champion. I can think more about my fellow peers and helping them out and encouraging them more as I gain more experience as a champion. But as far as excitement, I'm always excited to win. Yeah.
And I feel there's also opportunities to beat your own personal bests and lift more than you could in the past. Is that something that you ever try to think about in these competitions?
Yeah. So I just won Pro Strongman League just a couple weeks ago, and that's a really fun show. That's a world championship, and I won it the year before. So this is the first time I've kind of done back-to-back world championship defense. Yeah. I try to imagine, would I have beaten myself last year? Could I have beaten the Tyler that competed last year this year?
There you go.
And so, so I compete against myself also. And I do think I have been getting a little bit stronger each year, and I'm the best version of myself since the 7 years of doing strongman. I think I'm better than ever.
That's amazing. And you still have more to go.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'm starting to get older. Like, 40 is just around the corner. I'm 37, and we'll see. And then, at some point, I'll have to suck it up, swallow my pride, and do like the master's class,
Sure.
Instead of the open class. But we'll see.
What's the single worst training myth that you still get asked about?
Well, I know that there's a lot of people who do things incorrectly that's not conducive to being good at the sport of strongman. One of the things people always ask is, how much do you bench? That's a really important thing, is like measure of strength in our culture is how much can you bench press?
Yeah.
And actually, I don't like bench press at all, because bench press is really bad for your mobility, because you want to have good mobility in the rack position to press overhead. And strongman, it's all overhead presses, which is really good for your shoulder strength and everything. But bench press is more of a chest exercise, really. And so that's one thing I get approached with a lot of, how much do you bench? And instead I'm like, well, I can deadlift, close to 800 pounds,
Sure.
Rather than saying how much I can bench press. Because honestly, I really don't know how much I can bench press.
Because there are so many muscle groups. It's not just like one muscle that you keep building and everybody's strong. Like,
yeah,
they have all different skill sets.
Yeah, and that's what's good about strongman competitions, is it tests all the different types of strength: grip strength, overhead strength, deadlift strength, your carry strength. It's very athletic, very strength athleticism type of thing. Another thing people do all the time is like dieting. There's so many bad diets out there that people stick with. Like, people think, oh man, you must be like lower carb, or you must really have a strict diet. But, I don't do bodybuilding. I do strongman. So I need to eat in a way that helps an athlete perform.
Fuel you.
And I eat lots of carbs, fats, proteins, but I eat healthy food. I don't eat processed stuff. My wife is a great cook, and she's always making me wonderful meals. And I think that's the important thing, is to get the right amount, and that it's good, healthy, well-rounded, well-balanced diet. So there's a couple things for you. Nutrition, people get that wrong a lot. And then, bench press is the ultimate measure of how strong you are, I guess.
So whenever you're 2 lifts away from a podium and are beating a new personal record, what's going on inside your head, and who gave you that voice that you hear inside today?
I have a good example. Back in 2022, when I won World's Strongest Man, 90 kilogram man, we were in a 5-way tie going into the last event. So whoever won stones was going to win the competition. And so it was a lot of pressure, and I didn't want to, don't want to cave under pressure. And when you did all that work all year, you paid for the travel, you're there, and you're in position to win, you can't make any slip ups, And so what I did was, I like to keep myself calm. I kind of paced around, just kind of walked around the area, and I think in my head, this is like, you are so lucky that you are put in this situation, like that you get to prove why you're the best. This is what every person who wants to be a champion strives for, is that you have a 5-way tie, and you get to show you don't cave under pressure. And I try to turn it into, man, this is an amazing opportunity for me to come out on top and to shine, and to prove to everybody, that I'm the best. And everybody's watching this event because, there's 5 guys who are all in a tie for it. So it's going to get a lot of views. And I just try to think of myself as like getting a champion's mindset. Yeah. And then, and every time, whenever it's athlete ready, go. It really doesn't matter, because I go into a totally different zone anyway. Yeah. And I just execute just like I do in training. But beforehand, I do try to get into a positive mindset.
Yeah. I feel like we're going to see a little bit of that today whenever you show off some of your strength training.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll be excited to see. So
yeah, we got to get ready for the next one.
So people often see just the highlight reels of things that lead to success, but they don't see what actually goes on behind the scenes. So what is something that you think would shock the audience when it comes to preparing for these world events?
Oh, man. So my wife makes me my breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and, we kind of think out what we're going to eat all the time. Like, that's a big thing, eating healthy. You have to be consistent. And so I think that's where a lot of people fail, is in the consistency piece. The other thing is taking care of yourself and having good recovery. So a lot of people think, man, you probably train. That's another myth. Maybe go back to that other question is, how many times do you train a week? And people think I train 5 or 6 days a week. Sometimes I may only train 3 days a week. And sometimes I cut my training short because I feel like, okay, I've pushed my body enough and I don't need to hurt myself. I need to allow my body to recover. So, that's another thing is just making sure that you can recover.
And listen to your body whenever it says, like, hey, I need a break now.
Yeah, so people are actually surprised when I'm like, yeah, I'll work 3 days a week sometimes, and I really focus on recovery, making sure I get good sleep. And so what's funny is the stuff that I feel like is the hardest to actually do is the simplest. Getting good sleep, eating healthy food, not overtraining. Yeah. And people would be surprised how hard it is to do that for months and months and months and months. And then the other thing is when you do these events, I really look at my footwork, like the little stuff,
Sure.
One of the things that's really helped me get into a champion mindset and winning these championships is understanding that marginal gains really aggregate to big things.
Sure, yeah.
So if you put together 10 small improvements, that's one large improvement.
I love that, yeah.
So if I can get better sleep, maybe that's one more rep the next day on a deadlift. Or if I can, if I eat a little bit better, if I, and how do you get better sleep? Maybe you just need a more comfortable pillow. When I go to do an event, instead of taking 2 steps, what if I just took one bigger step? Sure. Maybe that saves me 2 milliseconds. Maybe that's what gets me 1 more point in the competition. And so the aggregation of marginal gains is a huge contributor to my success that I've thought those things out.
Honestly, I love that. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back with Tyler, and now he's going to show us how he actually became the strongman that he is. So someone in my position who doesn't do a lot of upper body lifting, how do I actually go about to become strong as you are?
You just have to have consistency and your diet, eat healthy, you got to get plenty of sleep, good recovery, and you have to have smart training routines and programming.
And eventually I can lift one of these?
Eventually you lift one of these.
It's not going to happen today.
Yeah. So these are monster dumbbells. We got different sizes. We have an 8-inch, a 10-inch, and a 12-inch. And I like to dedicate 1 day a week to something I really want to work on. I have this in a competition coming up. And this is very, it's you have to have strength, but it's also lots of skill to it, to balance it, use the right technique to lift it overhead. So something like that, I like to dedicate kind of a day and really just focus on that, not do a whole lot of accessories. I have just a couple of accessories I'll do after this. But so this is our monster dumbbell training. And to get good at it, you just got to do it. You got to practice it.
Fair enough. All right. Well, let's see. Are you going to start with the smallest one to show how it is? Or are you going to start with...
well, first thing we do, we got to get some chalk.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got some liquid. I like liquid chalk.
Okay.
So
I don't think I've actually seen.
Actually, let's use this one. This is you know use liquid chalk.
I've never seen liquid one.
Yeah, this is pretty fun stuff.
Oh.
So you just put some of that on. There you go. A little bit more. Oh, with the spills. That's okay. Just goes on the floor. That's where a lot of stuff goes. All right.
It's actually okay.
Yeah. So this is so when you're doing strongman.
Yeah.
You are lifting lots of heavy objects with your hands, obviously, and you don't want it to slip because when you have slippage, that could cause injury actually because you slip and you catch it. You just want to have good grip, and you don't want grip to be a factor in why you can't lift something, right?
Sure, yeah.
So for dumbbell, you want good grip in your hands. I'm going to pick it up. Then also, you got smelling salts. These are fun.
So I've seen people, do these, and the reactions are crazy. I've never done it myself. So.
This is a new one. It's very, very strong.
Okay. You can do. Okay.
They got me pretty good. Yeah.
That one got me.
Okay. All right. So I wasn't too mean to you.
Yeah.
These can be.
That's powerful. Dang.
Yeah. Yeah. So you do that right before like a heavy deadlift or something. Some kind of wakes you up before you start training too. Okay. So these are circus dumbbells right now. This is weighted at 70. Okay. That's at 100, and this is at 160.
Not touching that one.
So we'll start with the 70.
Okay.
And the way you lift these, you're gonna put right hand on. Are you right-handed?
Yes.
So you'll probably be right dominant, then right shoulder dominant. So use both hands to lift it up into like we call this rack position.
Okay.
And you'll get it nice and tight like this.
Okay.
And you're using your body to drive it up, and you lock it out.
Okay.
And then you can just drop it on this mat, okay?
Uh-huh.
You got it?
I'll try.
Okay, I'm gonna move these out of the way in case you get a little wonky with it.
I will get a lot of wonky with it. Okay, man, okay, this is... Woo!
All right, that was just the baby. The mama's next. And
Okay.
you got the daddy last.
So I do this. I grab it here.
Yeah.
Okay, and I lift with my leg.
Yeah.
And we left. Where does my left hand go?
Over your right.
Over the. Okay.
Yep.
So boom.
There you go.
Oh fuck.
Now use your other hand to push it up.
Okay.
Nice. Now take the other hand. Now you can shift this elbow in a little bit.
Okay.
So like that. And shift it in.
Oh shit. That is heavy.
So you just take it, shift it in. Boom, you know?
Oh wait. So okay. How was I having my elbow?
So you want to be nice and tight. So
Yeah.
it helps kind of shift your elbow in
Okay.
so that it locks it in tight. But yeah, just get up to your rack position. Use your body to launch it up and just lock it out.
Okay. Okay.
It's gonna take a few tries to get the feel of it. You know?
That's what I'm worried. Okay. Just setting it up. Okay. Okay. Attempt number 2. I feel like I'm being judged so much. Okay.
Yeah, that's only in competition.
Okay. Okay.
In training, we work on getting stronger.
Boom.
There you go.
Okay. Boom. Okay. And then. Oh fuck.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Megan, will come do this.
I'm not a strong
my
man,
wife
so.
I'll have my wife do it for you.
So this is Megan, Tyler's wife. She's also a strong woman herself.
Oh yeah, so this she's working on maybe next year. She's thinking about setting maybe a world record for her weight class for circus dumbbells. So she's pretty good at this. So don't feel bad.
Yeah, no.
Don't feel bad that she's gonna just nail this. You know?
Like nothing.
Yeah. So,
That's wild.
there you
Okay.
go.
Nice.
So she does really good at this one.
No, I'll say like I'm making these videos also. I can see where I am now, and to get better eventually, and then look back at this and maybe I can do this one day. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I do not do upper body workouts at all.
Do you want to give that one more shot? Or you think you're done with that one?
Why? This is the only one I will be able to be.
Well, we can see if you can rack the other ones, but
Okay.
no, it won't be any
Try it
pressing.
and push it further back. When you get it to your shoulder, you had it out here.
Yeah.
Push it all the way back.
Okay.
A little more
So
balance.
the weight's
Yeah.
on your back.
Okay. All right, we'll try attempt number 3.
You got it. Come on.
Got to get at least one.
Do it for Jimmy. Everybody's watching. 100 million people.
Oh no.
You got it.
Okay.
Tack it. Yeah. Get that elbow up. I'll let it sag down.
Oh, I think I already dropped it too much.
No, we'll push it up.
Okay. That's more than last time. It's more than last time, okay?
Yeah.
And so, like, even if I am not able to do this right now, the further you push it and the more you do it, eventually, over time, that muscle will start to develop.
All right, that was 70 pounds. This is the 100-pound one.
Okay.
So I'll show you how to do that one.
So easy. And 2 of them, okay. Okay.
All right, let's see how that one feels.
Give it a big swing.
Okay. So this one I'm just trying to get on my shoulder.
You're not going to try to press it. Just see
Yeah.
if you can clean it, I guess. Just so you get a feel. You get,
I guess.
you get to say you tried it.
Let's try to figure out something. Okay.
Yeah.
This looks terrible. So that one was, you said 80?
70.
70, and this one is
100.
100. Okay, okay. It's 30 extra.
You got it.
Oh, boy. Okay. Okay, how do I go about this?
So you pick it up and you put it up here like that.
Yeah. You just pick it up, put it over your shoulder, easy.
You can do a little kind of swing to get a little momentum if it's a really heavy one.
Yeah, because I'm yeah. Okay, let's figure that out.
Like a kettlebell swing.
Okay, that shouldn't hurt the back or anything like that. Hypothetically,
Yeah.
swinging it.
I said it didn't.
Okay.
Just stay tight. I get you a weight belt.
Okay.
You have any pains right now? Or you feel
No,
okay?
no, I'm
You're good?
great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I would actually I'm like, okay, I'm done if it's, yeah.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
Yeah, get
Okay.
there. Pop it up. Yes.
Should
You
I try to
almost had
push
it.
it with the? Can you do
Okay.
this one? Okay, dang. Okay.
Come on, Megan. Let's.
Okay. So I have my substitute coming in doing it for me.
Yeah. There you go.
That's wild.
Yeah. Nice.
One day.
And, all right, I'm gonna move it to the 60. I got to do 4 reps with the 160 now.
Okay.
That's my training tonight. So I have a dumbbell ladder. It's gonna go up to 200 pounds, and I have to do 4 dumbbells. It's gonna be like 160, 140, 160, 180, 200.
We need to do a little bit more warm up on this face, so you get to the
Okay. Sure.
Thank you.
My wife takes care of me.
Also as coach.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Make sure I don't hurt myself.
He's doing this like it's nothing.
Yeah.
So for my own sanity, how long have you been doing this?
7 years I've been
7
doing
years.
something.
Okay. Megan, how long have you been doing this? 5 years. I've been doing this 1 day, so please be nice to me. Please be nice.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get roasted in these comments. Okay. So this is just to protect your back furthermore to kind of support.
Really, it's to be stronger because you can
Okay.
build up abdominal pressure.
Okay.
You know, if you brace and build up abdominal pressure, you can hold things better.
Gotcha. Okay. Right.
Not just to protect the back, but mostly to be stronger. Actually.
Fair enough. Cool. So now in Bluff, you had the iconic moment of actually getting Kareem out. So after so many rounds of him relying on you, what actually led you to the decision to not answer him for that final round that he got eliminated?
Well, you know, I know Kareem was painted as the villain in the first season, and you know, I met him on the bus going to that that particular event, that competition. I call them competitions because I'm so used to strongman. And so we get there, and on the way there, you know, I sat next to him on the bus, kind of befriended him a little bit. I didn't have any ill intention towards him. I was just meeting the guy.
Yeah.
And he seemed like a very nice guy. He was very respectful to me. We start doing the bluff game, which you rely on someone to tell you the right color on the back of their head. And then you had to step into a circle that matched the color that was on the back of your head. And so there's 4 colors. Well, Kareem, of everybody there so far, felt, I think, that he had the most rapport with me. And so he was coming to me and asking me what his color was, and I was giving him the right color. In the game, all of us were just telling everyone the right color because no one wanted to be painted as the liar.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you worry if you get painted as the liar, then people will give that as a reason why not to tell you your color. You
Yeah.
know?
You'll become the villain in that challenge.
Yeah, and
they'll take
that's
you
part of the game,
Yeah.
right? So don't be the villain.
Yeah.
And so I was giving him his right color each time, and so he was trusting me. The game, however, changed. They started adding whoever's the last person to get to their color loses. And then also people were still giving each other the right color. Then they said, we're going to draw names randomly out of a box if y'all don't start lying to each other.
Yeah.
And so Kareem, to me, had just entered the game late. As you know, they added in the OGs. And I had to try to justify my mind. I was like, well, you know, I have built rapport with everyone here. They've all gone through what I've gone through in Vegas. They've been here longer. And so I was giving Eric his correct color, and Eric gave me his correct color. Kareem came to me, approached me, and he turned his head and then looked at me. And instead of lying to him, I just did not give him his color. And that he went into the wrong color after that, and he was eliminated.
At that point, he just had a quarter chance of getting it right.
Yeah, 25% chance.
Yeah.
And so, you know, he felt betrayed, I think, by me. And I did feel a little bit bad. But I think I made the right decision because that would have been one more name drawn out of the box, and that name could have been me.
Sure.
or it could have been someone else that I was closer with. I was closer with everyone else there beside him. He had just entered the game. And so, I didn't lie to him. I just didn't tell him his color, and then Luisitan really enjoyed that because
Sure.
with the whole thing with his wife, being in the cubes in the previous season, Luisitan, I think, gave me a little shout out and said, "Thank you, Tyler, for eliminating Kareem and all that."
Yeah.
So that was probably one of my first big moments, is having that effect on the game and helping get one of the OGs out.
So now on the obstacle course, your team assigned you as the first person to go, and the goal was to get you to the other side, so then you could start battling people with the rods that you had.
Yeah.
And I was honestly very surprised by how agile you were able to get through that course, being a strong man and not necessarily obstacle course man when we had Ian on your team.
Yeah.
So can you walk us through the decision that led to you being the person chosen, and then talk about what happened at the end with Eric?
Yeah, so, Eric, before going out there, he was kind of goading Mr. Beast to have our teams go head-to-head against each other. And the way the obstacle course was, each two teams that went against each other had a different set of rules. And we were last to go, and our set of rules were that we had to have, we had the option to carry a pugil stick if we so wanted, but only 5 people would get to advance. The other 5, the first 5 across. The other 5, the last 5 would be eliminated from the game. And so each team has 5 people. Now you have an issue, because how do you set the order of who gets to go first and who goes last? Yeah. And so I'm sitting there and like the wheels are turning in my brain, and I'm thinking, well, they've added pugil sticks to this. The only possible way to get all 5 of our team across is if I take that pugil stick and I knock every one of the other team off.
Sure.
Now that puts me at risk, because they could knock me off, and I have to do 5 battles with the pugil stick. Also, I have to go across the obstacle course carrying a pugil stick, when we've watched lots of people fall into the water with no pugil stick.
Yeah.
And and these are athletic people that were falling into the water with not even having to carry a pugil stick. So I was the first person to even attempt to go across with a pugil stick. I didn't know if it could be done or not.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there kind of weighing that out. The other side, Eric, who had been talking a lot of smack before that, and they had set their pugil sticks to the side. And he said that they came up with paper, rock, scissors to decide the order of what they would go. Yeah. To me, that's completely unfair, because what if paper, rock, scissors, the slowest person were to win, you put your slowest person first? That hurts everybody else, right?
Yeah.
So really, you should be the fastest person, but that gives them an advantage, So the pugil stick was really the only way you give your people a chance. And so I picked up the pugil stick, and I challenged Eric to go first against me, because I thought I could be faster than Eric, and I would eliminate him, right? And so that's one more off their team and lets us bring more people. And so Eric begrudgingly, you could tell he didn't want to. He picked up the pugil stick, but Jimmy was goading him on, like, "Oh, you talked all that smack, Eric." He's like, "You're not going to do this?"
Yeah.
Eric picked up his stick, and me and him decided to go. And I looked at my team. I was like, "Do y'all mind if I go first?" I said, "Do y'all trust me? I'll promise I'll go out there and I'll try to eliminate all 5 of them, and y'all can just take your time, get across." Yeah. And so we ended up, I kind of held the pugil stick sideways like this. I jumped to the first obstacle, and really it wasn't that bad. I was pretty comfortable scooting across, and people said I went pretty fast, and so I made it pretty fast. I beat Eric to the fork, to where it comes together, and I set up, put my foot kind of under the little walkway there, and he came. He didn't want to move. He didn't want to come close to me. He sat there for a little bit.
It's like, what do you do in that option? Like, you could either try to jump over the person, or you really don't have a choice.
And so I said, "Come on, Eric. Come on, Eric." And then he had his pugil stick, and he came at me, and I just kind of held the back of it, and I hit him with it like this, and he fell down, and then I just used it as kind of a pry bar. On his way down, though, he kind of grabs the pugil stick, and it yanks it out of my hand. And you can see, if you watch the video, I know I yelled an obscenity. I yelled something. I was like, "Darn!"
Sure.
And my pugil stick went into the water.
Yeah.
And I was so upset, because I had told my team I was going to knock all of them off.
Yeah.
So then I just went across, did the only thing I could. I finished, and I was trying to get my team, come on. Then Ian came, to do his as fast as he came as fast as he could, and he eliminated one person. That person grabbed his pugil stick as well. And I think Mike grabbed Ian's pupil stick and took it to the water. And Ian was upset that his pupil stick got taken because he was going to do the same thing I was going to do. That was our plan.
Yeah.
After that, we just had to have the rest of our team come across as fast as possible.
There's really nothing else you could have done.
So Briley came next. And so, I really considered it a win because we had 3 of our team make it. So we had a majority. We didn't get all 5, but we got 3 and the other team got 2. And so,
I also have to say,
I'd take it as a win, I guess.
Yeah, and your face, whenever you did get into that split, was absolutely epic. I was standing there on the sidelines, and you just locked in. You're like, I'm ready to take down anyone who tries to get past me.
It was like, I say I lock in the competitions.
Oh, it's like that.
I don't think about anything else. Once I'm there and I have a job to do, and my adrenaline gets me focused, and I'm like ready to go.
Do not mess with Tyler when he's locked in.
But I'm locked in, ready to go.
Yeah. So now you were selected by your team for the captain bribes. Why were you the best person for that pick?
So we had, Ian, Briley, and me. We were kind of a trio, pretty tight team. We all trusted each other. And then our team was unique because we had 2 members from the other team, Vance and Ethan, join us for that bribe tower. So we really had a majority over them.
Sure. Yeah.
So it wasn't going to be Vance or Ethan because we had 3 and they had 2.
Yeah.
So it was going to be either me, Ian, or Briley. And then so when we were talking about it and discussing who would go up on the tower, I said, I completely trust Ian. Mm-hmm. And Ian's like, well, I completely trust you. And then I said, well, how about, so we both trust each other. I know, like, I wouldn't hurt you. You wouldn't hurt me. I think Briley believes that. I was like, how about Briley? You choose me or Ian. And then Briley said, either one of you is okay. She wouldn't choose which one. All right. So then we're like, okay, Vance and Ethan.
Yeah.
Basically, it's not going to be y'all.
Yeah.
But we'll let you choose either Ian or Tyler.
Yeah.
And both Ethan and Vance chose me.
Okay.
So that's how we ended up choosing me. It was going to be either me or Ian.
Yeah.
And we went with me. And I was like, y'all have nothing to worry about. And that was actually the most calm, easiest event because I went up there.
You just had to stand there.
And I knew I was like, I have no choice. Like I told them I wouldn't do it. And I pride myself being a man of my word. So I went there and I didn't do it. That was just the way it was. Whether I was going to not get the money or not.
If only I could be on y'all's team. So now after Ian decided to self-eliminate himself in the cubes, you and Briley were kind of left to fend for yourself. And I think that's kind of what ended up leading to your elimination. Mm-hmm. Do you think there's anything that you could have done to change that outcome?
Yeah. There were 2 events. There was a strong event and then a smart event. The strong event was hanging from a pole suspended 100 feet up into the air. I don't think I could have done any better on that, to be honest. Like, I'm not a very small, like, slight person like some of those other people are. I held on for as long as I could. So for the strong event, no, I couldn't have done anything better. And then for the smart event, if I had realized how much people that were on the stage were helping whoever jumped in, I think if I had jumped in instead of Nick when he did, I would have also made it all the way across because people were helping him out. And I had people up there that liked me and wanted me to advance too, and they would have helped me out just like they helped him. And I think I would have made it all the way across. So I do have one little regret. Maybe I could have jumped in there and won that immunity. You would have had a totally different top 10. Like I would, the 3 that they eliminated, of course, wouldn't be me, and it wouldn't have been Briley, and I wouldn't have eliminated. I would have had a different set of 3.
Sure.
And so, yeah, that's one regret. As far as the social game goes, so the other thing you could have done is if you don't win either of the immunities, you got to have a good social game to be able to stay in. I don't know how much more I could have helped that because I think when I asked them, what was going to be their criteria of who they chose gets eliminated, they said they want to eliminate the strongest players. So
it's literally being a strong man.
Yeah, I think
kind of like
and you don't know what the challenges are. So
if
there's some kind of strength challenge, I'm really good pound for pound strength. And also if there's any kind of puzzles, like I think they thought maybe I could be tough to beat there.
Sure.
So so I think they just eliminated who they thought the strongest players were. So.
Okay, well, I say, I don't know, we didn't get to talk a lot on the show, but I did see how, honestly, of a wholesome bond you, Ian, and Briley had.
Yeah.
I think you had a great run on the show. You're a great competitor. So, yeah, I think people are going to really enjoy seeing your story.
Oh, thank you.
Done. 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 Done.
That's a nice little balance on it.
I think 3 sets is good.
All right, so I'm going to try to simulate the same thing, but for my weaker weight. What Tyler's going to do is he's going to tell me to drop the weight whenever it reaches the top.
Yep.
Anything else you want to tell me before I start?
No, we're going to say athlete ready, go, then you lift, and then whenever I say down, you can drop it.
Amazing. Let's do it.
All right, athlete ready,
Yes.
lift, down.
So it's really bouncing. Oh, I
keep
go,
on.
okay.
You gotta do forward. On you once I say go.
Cool.
Down.
This is going to be bloopers just
So
being
once you
dodging
get
this.
to the heavyweights, it won't bounce around.
Yeah,
Down. Down. Good work. Good dodge.
Trying to dodge bullets. But
Yeah. Good dodges. Yeah. Yes.
that's so bouncy. Nope. All right, well, thank you to Tyler for showing me the ropes of being a strong person. Is there, I still have a lot of work to do, but is there anything that you want to tell the audience at this moment about your entire regimen?
I think the biggest thing is whatever you do in life, like or whatever sport you want to do, break it down to smaller parts, and like I said, aggregation of marginal gains. You can make big advancements if you take care of all the little things that really add up. And be passionate about it, do things you enjoy and have fun. For me, it was strongman, and my wife and I share the same passion, so that's a bonus. It's pretty cool if you can find somebody that also shares your same passion.
We also wanted to mention that I am wearing a Superman shirt to try to be strong, show someone that I aspire to be.
Yeah, and we didn't plan this, it was just funny, but I'm wearing myself on my shirt.
So both people that are super strong.
So Pro Strongman League puts the returning champion on their shirts. So that's me in a silhouette of me doing a circus dumbbell.
That's what I said.
And which is what we did tonight. So we thought that was fun. All right, so yeah, we got strong after doing strongman for 7 years, and my wife's been doing it for 4 years. We have trophies just kind of scattered all throughout the house, and then an entryway to the house up here. We have these are official strongman games trophies. So these are kind of the most prestigious, hardest to win for weight class strongman. This one I won it in 2022. I came runner up in 2023. Came in third last year. My wife's coming second, and we're going to be doing this competition again next month. So we've been training really hard, and hopefully we'll have a couple more golds to put up here on these shows. And then on the top is where my wife, she won the Shaw Classic, strongest lightweight woman on earth this year. But our plan is to eventually just have these filled with all these naked men, all these little God Atlas men holding up the world.
All right, and now to conclude everything, we ready for a rapid fire round?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. What is your favorite cheat meal?
Ooh, after we make weight at competitions, I love to have pizza and rosé or Aperol spritzes with the wife.
I can't go wrong with that. What is the biggest non-strength flex you have?
When I was on Beast Games, I was always bragging about my wife and my children. It's not something like a flex, but it's something I'm very proud about. And I think, it shows that you're thriving. If you have a wife and kids that admire you and that you love and have a good family, I think that is very important. So I guess that would be my flex.
Amazing. What is one athlete that you'd still like to train with?
My favorite athlete to train with in the world is my wife.
Sure.
She is a world champion strongman as well. And she knows me and she helps me. And so, yeah, just my wife.
What workout do you wish you could get rid of?
Ooh, long distance carries. So like when you got to pick up heavy weight and just carry it as far as you can until you just pass out or puke. Which actually my wife Megan, she did that at last competition. She just took a 190-pound keg and just passed out after she took as far as she could. Those are always grueling. So yeah, long distance weight carries.
Fair enough. And then how do you want to be remembered for your time on Beast Games?
I just like to be remembered as a genuine person. Just that, you know, he went on Beast Games. He did what he said he's going to do. He was very strong, competitive, but he was nice and he was genuine. Somebody that I'd want to be friends with in the real world.
Well, that's all the time that I have today. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Behind the Beasts.
Thank you for watching another episode of Behind the Beasts. It genuinely means the world to me. Now, for those who do not know, we are also doing a fundraiser across the entirety of the series for Major Connections. It is a foundation created by Gloria, one of the other contestants on the show, and its purpose is to provide resources as well as a sense of community for those with disabilities, both kids and adults, in rural communities. Now, oftentimes in major cities, they have the funds to be able to provide these resources, but smaller cities do not, and that is what Major Connections aims to solve. If you want to learn more about Major Connections, check out the link in the description. If you have the financial means to do so, please donate to the cause. And if you don't at this moment, that's okay. Please share it with your friends and family. But for now, thank you for taking the time to watch Behind the Beasts, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.